little over 30 days ago, I started taking a supplement that has been proven to help build lean muscle. It's actually a supplement that in the past I have told people it's just not necessary if you strength train, eat plenty of protein, and have a healthy diet all around. But once I hit perimenopause, I started to see my body change, even though I was doing the same exact things. I just wasn't feeling as strong, and I was actually noticing my muscles were just a little softer than they used to be. Because I started struggling through my workouts a little bit more, I wasn't enjoying them as much, and what I did was I scaled back so I wasn't training as frequently, which of course I didn't like, so I decided to give this supplement a try. What is it? It's creatine. Welcome to Boom 50 Fitness. My name's Regan, and this is your channel for all things health and fitness in your 50s and beyond. Okay, so today let's talk all things you need to know about creatine, specifically for women. I know, when you think about creatine, you think about bodybuilders, but creatine is not just for men wanting to build muscle. There are so many benefits to creatine, especially women who exercise and are interested in supporting lean muscle growth. So if you exercise, specifically strength train 2 to 3 times a week, you may want to consider taking a creatine supplement. And it's going to help support your fitness goals. Creatine is an amino acid that our body stores in our brain as well as our muscles, and it's used as a natural energy source. When our bodies need energy, like during exercise, creatine is converted into phosphocreatine, and this is what helps fuel your muscles. I like my creatine in a powdered formation, but you can also get creatine from things like organ meat, kidneys, liver, but that's not my favorite stuff, so I just go with a powdered formula. But you can also get it from red meat, pork, and fish. So for all you vegans out there, taking creatine is something you definitely want to consider. Okay, let's talk about how creatine specifically affects women. Like I said earlier, along with diet and exercise, creatine has been shown to help build lean muscle in women. And why is that? Because it can help sustain higher energy levels during exercise. Creatine supplementation can also help support mental clarity during a workout because of increased oxygen to the brain. And that can make all the difference in a mentally challenging workout. Can creatine benefit some women more than others? Well, yes. If you're going through perimenopause, menopause, or post-menopause, creatine supplementation can have huge benefits for you. What's the biggest benefit? Well, it can help support healthy bones and skeletal muscle mass, which, as you know, is a huge concern when it comes to women and aging. So creatine, along with strength training, can improve physical function, increase lean body mass, and just help improve your overall quality of life. Most women over 50 have experienced some sort of muscle loss, and creatine can help rebuild that muscle. But you have to stick with a consistent exercise routine, and you have to get plenty of protein. Are you worried about weight gain? Well, let's talk about whether or not creatine is going to make you gain weight. We all exercise for a variety of reasons, but mostly it's to maintain overall health. But I know many of you out there are also exercising to either lose weight or to maintain a healthy weight. So one of the stigmas around creatine is it's gonna make you bulky. And I know that dissuades a lot of women from taking creatine, but the reality is just way more complicated. While creatine will not increase body fat levels, it may increase the water that your muscles hold on to. And this, of course, can lead to some water weight gain. And it may contribute to weight gain due to increased muscle mass, because we all know when we start a strength training program, you can gain 1 to 2 pounds, maybe even a little more. Have I personally noticed water weight gain? I have not, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it won't happen to you. So what type of creatine should you try out if you decide to try it? Like all supplements, you want to pick one with pure ingredients and no fillers. The one I've been taking is creatine monohydrate, and it's by the company called Thorne. I will link it down in the description. I will also link Element down in the description. That's what I take it with, and it tastes so good, you will love it. And one thing with creatine is you want to take it every day. It actually builds up in the muscle. And what is the recommended dosage? 5 grams per day. So like I said, I just add a scoop of creatine, which is the 5 grams, to some water. And then on top of that, I add a little Element electrolyte drink mix, and it's the perfect combination. What you may want to do is ease into it. Instead of starting right off the bat with the 5 grams, maybe start with just a couple grams and see how your body reacts. Because one thing I did learn is you do not want to take creatine on an empty stomach. I did that once by mistake, and for the next couple hours after taking it, I just didn't feel good. And I realized it was because I took the creatine on an empty stomach. So if you can build up to that 5 grams a day, every day, you don't want to skip it, you are going to notice an increase in muscle strength and also in muscle power and performance. So bottom line, it doesn't really matter what time of day you take it, just make sure to take it. All right, so what have I noticed taking creatine? Well, I don't think this is psychosomatic. In fact, I am sure it's not. But my performance when I'm working out is definitely enhanced. If you've watched some of the workout videos on this channel, you probably know the importance of progressive overload. That means basically you're not doing the same strength training routine every time you work out, because if you do that, you'll just plateau. What you need to do is progressive overload, and that is changing up your workout with either the weight, which would be the resistance, or the amount of repetitions. A video that I made a few months ago, I talked about how I scaled back on my strength training. I go on lots of walks. I will always do that. I walk 10,000 steps every day, never ever skip it. But I scaled back on my strength training, and I was just doing it 3 times a week, which I was used to doing it 5 days a week. So one of the things I noticed when I took the creatine, not only was I stronger as I was working out, but I felt like my recovery was speeded up. So I am able to go back to my 4 to 5 days of strength training. So one thing I noticed with the creatine is I can work harder during my workouts. Now, you know I love that phrase, work smarter, not harder. So I'm not extending the length of my workouts, but I have increased the weight and I've also increased the reps. And I did that pretty quickly. In fact, I went to Big 5 Sporting Goods the other day to get heavier weights because I didn't have anything above 20 pounds. I mentioned at the beginning of this video that I was starting to feel a little bit softer before I started taking the creatine. And boy, has that changed. I feel like I am stronger than ever, and I am able to lift heavier than I have ever before. So for me, I think it's super important. So with a healthy diet with a lot of protein, what I try to get is I eat my body weight in protein every day. And yes, I know that's a lot. It doesn't leave a lot of room for other things. So mostly my diet consists of really good high quality proteins mixed with veggies and a little fruit here and there. And then of course the strength training and a little bit of creatine to just support all the healthy things that I'm doing already. So just like any supplements, creatine is beneficial if you add it to your daily routine. And of course, stay consistent, take it every day. So needless to say, I absolutely love creatine. I am sold on it. If you were the friend of mine that reached out, I can't remember who it was. This was a few months back before I started taking it. I had said you should try to just get everything you need from a healthy diet because they were interested in a creatine gummy, which, by the way, most vitamins and supplements I just do not recommend taking in gummy form. So you're gonna love this company called Thorne that I mentioned. The link is down below. Check it out. I know you will be happy with it. But I must put that disclaimer out there. My degree is in exercise physiology with an emphasis on nutrition, but I am not a nutritionist or a dietitian yet. So if you are going to start taking creatine, always check with your doctor first and make sure it's something that they would be supportive of. Thank you so much for joining me today. I can't tell you how excited it makes me every time I see that I have a new subscriber. So thank you to all of you subscribers out there. If you haven't already, please subscribe to this channel. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with a friend. I would love to see more of you here. My name's Regan. This is Boom 50 Fitness, your new BFF. See you next Thursday.